Hello. Um, Whoever sent the clock, the digital clock that has not only the time, but the day and whether or not it's the morning or the afternoon on it, that's a bit of a godsend. Thank you so very much. It's in here, it's in the White House for Carleen. And just remind you which day you're actually on, which is a very good thing. So today's Thursday, it's just been another busy day. Carleen is still in Beverly Hospital and she's on her IV antibiotics. They're taking a little bit of time to really kick in and help her. She's not in any pain, but she's unfortunately a bit confused and dizzy. So she's still not been walking by herself at the moment, and she's not going to try it, which I think is actually a good thing. She's having conversations with Janine, Judy and myself, and none of them are tying together, which is always interesting. And some of them are quite distressing because she can be quite upset. But this is you know, that's normal for an infection, you know, especially with somebody of Carleen's age. It does cause a degree of confusion and upset. So that's what we're dealing with at the moment, or should I say Carleen is dealing with, and we're trying to assist. So it's a bit tricky because she says one thing to one person and one to another, and yesterday it was agreed that the most sensible plan for moving forward was for Janine to go to South Carolina at the moment, because Carleen's obviously going to be well taken care of in hospital, and then she's going to Hawthorne Hill, and that was the plan. It had been well discussed, well executed, and then as Janine was in the air, it was decided by Carleen that actually it wasn't a good plan, and she'd rather have Janine home. So that's a bit tricky, especially when you're trying to explain that, you know, she can't speak with Janine because she's actually in the air and uncontactable. So it's everybody's doing their very best. Carleen's doing her very best, and I think if you know, there's just a lot of backward. What happens, you know, certain things. I had a lovely conversation with her this afternoon. And she assured me she had all her clothes on, which was great, because I didn't realise she didn't. So we're trying to make sure that we're all on roughly the same page, and it's, you know, it's just tricky. So what's happening is we know what we're up to, we know what the plans are, and we're just trying to take Carleen along with us as respectfully as possible. We're trying not to argue with her and say, but no, you said that, or do you remember? Because that's a very unpopular word at the moment. It's, you know, it's one of those things. It's a very tricky situation, but we're dealing with it, and Carleen will come out of it. And I really, as I was saying to her this afternoon, I actually think that her walking will get much better once she's actually back home and able to get up and wander around. Unfortunately, we were rather thwarted with that plan because of her dizziness, and you know, these are all just little obstacles in the way, and we're very good at dealing with obstacles, so that's what we shall do going forward. Judy went out to do a job with the dogs this morning. I think this was another Haverhill job. When she came back, the dogs went for a good long sleep, so they must have had a super time. And then she popped in to see Carleen on her way home with more clean clothes and anything else that she had asked for. Janine managed, after a bit of confusion this morning, managed to get to her flight, which was super. And she is either on her way to Aiken or is there, not sure, but she'll be there. Haven't heard anything otherwise, so that's good. And so Nick and I are looking after the barn on here at the moment, and we've been out and about midday to pick up supplies for both Bao, who is finishing off the fencing, which is lovely, and for Clevel and his team, because they are halfway, well, not quite halfway, they're approaching halfway down the side of the barn, and they discovered that they were going to be short of sideboards, so Nick went to get some of those, and we set up a new hose system. We had a bit of a problem in Meredith with the hose, so I took Nick and his hose experience to go and sort out a few things on there. So we've been all over the place today. It's actually my daughter's 18th birthday, so that's very exciting as well. We've excuse me, we've just been working through the barn and the arena. I have hay in bags in the barn. Janine will be absolutely appalled, but I cleaned up the footing, because Wallace, I think, is going to be coming to train this evening. He might be a bit later, but when he comes, if the donkeys are there, they actually they scatter the hay all over the place, and it makes the footing slightly slippy for the horses. And some of the horses, as you know, go quite fast, and they turn quite quickly. So I'm trying out a new system. If I put the hay in hay bags, I'm hoping that it's easy for Wallace just to pick up, and then we will put them back out after he's finished, because there's a lot to be done, and when Wallace is limited on time, it's best to try and do everything to help him progress as quickly as possible. So that he should be here after 6, which would be lovely. And I've been having a lovely time with Magnus. He's a very friendly donkey, although I've discovered that what he does is he reverses up to me so I can scratch his butt. So I'm obviously the scratching post, but he's actually a very friendly donkey, which is lovely, because he was the one that was a little bit shy when he first came in. Max is the lighter coloured donkey, and he is he's quite confident, but Magnus definitely wasn't. Are you going to bring a chair over? Did you break the door?
Are there any chairs?
I don't know. Zip.
Oh. Ring. Not on TV, please.
Honestly. So, we've still got a few bits and pieces to do in the barn, and that Elvis is absolutely determined to eat Jemmy's dinner. Honestly, he's a terror.
Yeah.
He's very determined. So I'll just take the questions from here. That's probably
because I
easiest.
think everyone, for all of you online who think Elvis is sweetness and light,
Ooh, is that yeah, Sizzle's here. She's still sleeping.
there's more to him than meets the eye.
Yep.
A bit of a porker, you know.
And the ice is melting, and we've got so much lovely surface water. It's a right pain in the buttocks right now, but hey, it'll all get there. So, all 3 horses are out together. You will see them wandering around. They're actually getting on quite nicely for 2 mares and a gelding. The goats, I actually think the goats have been reasonably well behaved today.
They have actually.
Haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, no injuries yet.
Yeah, and that Pringle goat has been standing in the same spot since I got back here an hour ago. Just standing there, very sort of like he's pretending to be an ornament in a square somewhere.
Is he hanging around at the hay bag? That's where he stands.
No, he's standing up on the rocks, like.
Oh yeah, no, he's actually been inside. I put him outside because he eats everybody's dinner. So I do have to remember, I need to muck that barn out. So I'm going to bring him in afterwards, because otherwise he causes trouble. So that's always very exciting. And what else has happened today?
I took Janine to the airport.
You did He made sure she got there with Wanda.
Checked her in. Made sure she had a sandwich. I didn't. I made sure she got there.
Yeah.
In one piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. After much calamity, which we won't go into.
No.
Yeah.
Because she got there, and that's all that matters.
Is she there?
I don't know. I haven't heard yet.
Yeah.
Sometimes takes a little while for her to get from.
We'll have to wait for Wanda to get in touch with us.
Yeah.
Just to confirm they arrived okay. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know what we forgot to pick up when we were out today? Dog food.
Well, we need to go shopping anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
But we need to get dog food because that just would not go down well if they were starving.
We have good dog food.
No.
Are you talking
Carlene's
about
dogs.
Carlene's dogs?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I wrote it in the list and everything.
Okay.
So that's what we've been up to, and we'll be up to much of the same tomorrow, I think. It's Friday tomorrow.
Yeah, I went and picked up wood.
Yeah,
A lot of wood.
a lot of wood, yeah.
Yeah. And I met the guys at the lumber yard.
Which guys?
Like the guys at the lumber yard that
Janine goes
Janine
to.
frequents. Yeah. And they think Janine is a riot.
She is a riot.
That's the word they used. They said, "Oh yeah, that's Janine. Yeah, she's an absolute riot.
She was here yesterday.
She's a riot." That was the word they used. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that
in a nice way.
In a nice way,
So
definitely.
in a nice way. And they made sure we got the right lumber, and they helped load it in. And they're also very, very impressed by Janine's trailering skills. They said they've never seen somebody trailer quite like it.
Yeah.
I said you should see her 87-year-old mother. She's pretty good at it too.
Oh
But
dear.
yeah, they were impressed by her, not only her trailering skills, but her ability to drive that enormous truck.
Yeah.
Which is pretty big. You know?
Do you think that truck drives like an enormous truck?
No, I think it drives quite nicely.
Yeah, it
Sometimes you forget you're in this enormous truck actually.
Yeah.
And then you go round a bend and you think, oh, that's right.
Yeah. No, I think it actually drives quite nicely, that truck.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, it drives really well.
Although, I did not realise, both Janine does not drive the 4Runner or the truck in four-wheel drive. And you see, as soon as I hit temperatures that are a bit low, and I think there's a chance of ice, I've got everything in four-wheel drive. So that was a bit of a shock to me. But it works well, it does its job. And it's got phenomenal brakes when you're going down a big hill and you've got a big trailer on it.
Yeah.
Which is very useful. So.
And people get out of your way.
People do get out of your way, there's a reason for that. Can I slide over that side because, where's the camera? How did I do this? Is this because we're on a... I don't know, I'm trying to go back to see the questions. Questions. It's been very warm here today. I have been out in a t-shirt all day.
Yeah.
What? You still got a big fluffy thingy on. Now, where are we? Oh my gosh. I don't know if she's vertigo. That's not something she normally suffers from, although I suppose vertigo can come in at any time. Yep, it's definitely disorientation. But you know what? I think it's a good thing to know that it's caused because of an infection, and the antibiotics will help and it'll go. And this is actually something that she's been experiencing every time she does have a UTI, so it's actually quite normal behaviour for this kind of infection in Carleen in particular. You know what? It's coming up with a slow connection here, and it did freeze, and I am actually on the internet, Nick. I'd just like to let you know about that. In case you want to do anything.
Just want to check the connection.
Yeah, I can see her scooting around the farm as well, causing trouble.
It's not working.
Yeah, I think you're right, Andrea. You know, she'll respond to them as quickly as she can, and then you know it will be a case of she'll forgotten all the things that she's told us, like where the money's hidden. That's a joke. We are in the White House. Yeah, Sissy's just behind Nick there. Sis.
Sizzle.
She's like
What are
sleeping.
you doing, Sizzle?
She's sleeping.
Hello, Sis. We love you.
Or
She's a good girl. And the other pair are having a riot crossing the HQ. Yes, Sizzle really loves in here. And I think one of the reasons Sizzle really loves in here is because Penny and Larky aren't here. And she gets total and utter peace and quiet.
it is really quiet in here. It's nice and comfy.
And it's really warm.
It is warm.
And she has the most enormous dog bed.
Yeah. It's not really a dog bed, it's a bed, really.
It's a bed, yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can't see the kitchen because I could not possibly show you the kitchen at the moment because the gentlemen who are working on the barn have come in and they've deposited boxes in the kitchen. There must be something else still to go in. Who was the lady in the stall? Oh, that was Brittany. She's doing some mailing out of orders, which is absolutely super and much appreciated.
Which I think we're a bit behind on.
More than likely. Yes, I think Heather's tomorrow, because it's Friday tomorrow. You know, I've spent all week thinking I was further down the week, and now I can't believe it's actually Friday tomorrow. It's a bit funny, but hey. Yes, I'm very excited to meet Heather. Oh, it was 19 people, and it was Aspen Hill. And she took them to see Carleen. That's lovely. Oh, full week on antibiotics, right. Well, I suppose that time frame is beginning to sort of like make sense because it's been a pretty miserable experience. Daylight savings time starts.
Can't be good.
That will be good because it means that
We've got an extra hour to do chores in the daylight. Especially good in Tanner's barn, which has no lighting.
oh, Tanner's barn is quite funny, isn't
But it
it?
does have a, what do you call it,
A perspex
a
roof.
perspex roof, so the light comes in when it's
Sunlight.
when it's daytime. But like once it's dark, you can't see anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Makes moving around a bit tricky. Yeah, so an extra hour for chores, that's always appreciated. Oh, you can't have a peek in the kitchen because Janine would smack me because it's messy. And Janine is very tidy. Oh,
In her mind.
she'll come back and smack you too for making rude comments about her.
I do the same with you, darling.
Yes, I know, but you do that to my face.
Nick is mumbling a bit because Nick is not really saying things he's supposed to say. Joe.
Did I take pics of the back part of the barn that's finished? No, I haven't done that yet because it's not quite. Oh, no, because they've not cut out the holes for the doors. But I will take them. I'll do a video when I get there. The brown cabinet. That is the brown cabinet that used to be in the bedroom. There's two of them, a matching pair, and that's where Carleen keeps clothes. Oh, you're welcome. Decided to write about the goats and the daily doggy. Stop mumbling, Nick. Enunciate. Oh, the nut house is still there. It's still got all the chickens in it, though. The chickens and chinchillas.
Yeah.
So it's totally nutty. And my dogs are actually supposed to be in there, but they're not. Because I have all the chickens in there. I didn't mention that. Those chickens have only just gone out in the last 2 days. You open the door and they go, yeah, thanks, but no.
Yeah.
So
we're hoping to move them down here, though, aren't we?
yes, we are.
And then we'll put our dogs in the house, so
Nut house.
in the nut house during the day, which will make life a little easier, I think.
Yes, I would like to think so.
Because having them all in the house during the day is
Are you going to keep Noodles in the house at night time?
we'll see if we get on.
I can pretty much guarantee there is absolutely no way that Nick will allow Noodles to be in the nut house overnight.
Why?
Because every time you go to bed, and if you go to bed before myself and the dogs, you go to the bedroom door and you open it and you go, puppy, puppy.
Yeah, but that's why he's in that. He said because he's in the house. But if he wasn't in the house, I wouldn't bother.
You cuddle that dog like a teddy bear.
Listen, I do, right? But I'm like, I really would like to have my bedroom back.
I would too.
Yeah. Especially from Arlo.
Arlo's the worst.
Yeah, Arlo is like, I mean, he's enormous.
Yeah, we actually have a real problem at the moment because it's not a massive problem, but Arlo is the black Great Dane, and he is a really long-legged, enormous lump of a Great Dane who doesn't really like to do anything that's even vaguely energetic. And he's in the bedroom. We have Ella, who's the blue Great Dane. She's in the bedroom. We have Annie, the black shepherd, in the bedroom, and we have obviously Noodles in the bedroom. And Arlo's mission for the whole of the night is to get on the bed.
It is, yeah.
And it causes absolute merry hell because Annie sleeps in the bed. Arlo's got an enormous dog bed with lots of padding. Ella's quite happy sleeping on her dog bed. And Noodles is obviously couried into Nick.
Well, no, Noodles moves all night long, actually.
He does.
I'm too hot, I'm too cold, I'm too hot, I'm too cold. So he's too hot, he goes on the floor. I'm too cold, I go and cuddle with Dad. And then he's on and off that bed.
Like a yo-yo.
Yeah,
But the problem is, Arlo's main mission is to get on the bed, and he's far too big. And I actually went for, what's that thing called?
scan.
A CT scan. And they said to me, I've got curvature of the spine. I'm like, no wonder. I think it's caused by that dog, because I've never had curvature. Well, I might have had, but I don't know. So I'm pretty sure it's sleeping with Arlo in the bed because he knocks.
Oh, he does.
Oh.
Well, the whole knock-on effect, like wherever he is, then you move over, and then I have to move over, and I mean, I have been known to fall out of the bed, you know?
Oh, that's actually not true. When Nick falls out of the bed is because he's having a dream about playing rugby, and one night he launched his whole. It's like he levitated. He levitated off the bed and he fell down on the floor. And I sort of peered over the side of the bed. I said, "Are you okay?" And he went, "I think I scored a try." Yeah, it was a great try. One of your best, Nick. So we do have lots of fun. So
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Loretta.
what?
Like, looks like E.T. and Nick will be the ones put out into the nut house.
It would actually
Nut
probably be
house.
quite nice because it's heated.
Yeah, bunch of nuts, us.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that nice? At Northeast Canine, I've had all these puppies. I used to watch the service dogs being born.
Mm-hmm.
It was Ava and I actually used to watch them. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah,
Were they always born at night?
pretty much, yeah. Well, the ones that we watched. Nope. I did not give the donkeys the squeaky chickens last night because I got busy and I forgot, because I'm forgetting lots of things at the moment. 7 dogs.
Well, I did take the
The
chickens.
chickens
into
are
the
actually
barn
down there.
the other night, and then everybody came running through to the barn going, "What's going on? What's going on? What's happening?" Remember?
Oh, the donkeys.
The squeaky chickens.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
like-
No, that was the night Caroline went into hospital.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah, everybody came running because Nick was squeaking the chickens, and they made such an odd noise that Janine thought there was a weird animal in the barn, and she came and got me. I thought she liked me, but obviously not. She came and got me and she said, "There's a funny animal in the barn, come on in." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds great." So we went running in and we met you coming out, and we went, "There's an animal in the barn," and you followed us in as well, and then you said, "It might have been me," and I was like, "No, I don't think so. Janine says it's an animal." You said I was squeaking those chickens. Yeah, it was probably you.
So Fernanda is worse than that, yeah? 2 Great Danes, 2 shepherd type things, one which is a Belgian Malinois and one which is a who knows what, but yes, a shepherd type thing. Noodles, and then there's
Juniper.
no, that is Juniper. Juniper's one of the 2 shepherd type things. And then there's Squishy, who is
Called Gracie.
called Gracie, but also known as Squishy because she's squishy, who is a livestock guardian dog or something.
Crossed with a mountain
A
cur.
Pyrenees mountain dog or something like
Oh, I
that.
have no idea what she is.
Very unusual,
Yeah.
yeah. And then there's Julius.
Who's a miniature Aussie crossed with a German Shepherd.
So that's the true horror of it.
Well, look, Susie says that her granddaughters have 2 chinchillas, but they're separated because her granddaughters said they can't control themselves. We've got 3 old chinchillas, and they have no urges whatsoever, so they're all in together. Cuddling noodles. Any news on the courtyard cam? Nick.
The courtyard.
That's the courtyard out there.
No. There isn't. No.
Oh, no.
I actually didn't think I would bother doing that until we'd finished the work down here, because it's an absolute mess out there, darling.
I know it's an absolute mess, but it's...
I just thought it might be a bit of an eyesore, to be honest.
It is a bit of an eyesore.
I can either do that one, or I can do the one in HQ, one indoors.
Yeah. How many more have we got to go up?
I think we've got another 3.
We've got 5 in total.
Did we? I must have another 4 to put on.
My children do not like the dogs. But hey, I've only got 2 children at home at the moment. Where's Carl? Oh, Carl's with Olaf. That's where he is.
Carl's Olaf's dog.
Yeah, we just take him out to nursing homes. But he hasn't been out recently. Because he's...
He sometimes comes to stay here when Olaf is travelling with work.
So, and then he goes out to jobs. We fully utilise his skills. So, yes, you don't want to imagine the food and vet bills we have. No.
Yeah.
We should bring those, not chinchillas, those birds down.
Yeah, we should.
Although I think the birds might be a wee bit shocked because they actually have the full flight of the sunroom at the moment. And if you go into the sunroom, they get very indignant because it's like you're entering their space without knocking the door, and they all shout at you because they're like that. Cockatiels, honestly. Noisiest birds I've ever come across, but they're such good fun. So they should come down, especially if you're going to do that camera. And then that's us. And so this weekend I'm hoping that Wallace is going to do an assessment training on Sunday, and I think his wife's going to come down. Drielle will come down with him as well. And I'm going to try and video bits and pieces of it because it goes up to the person who owns the horses, just to keep us all up to date and on the same page. Oh, what are my birds' names? I know this. Pearl. Oh my gosh, what's the other one called? Quinn. There's another one called Jeff.
Jeff? I don't think so.
Did she call it Jazzy? Something silly. Oh my gosh. And what's the other one called? My daughter named them. And I get it wrong every time. I'll have to work it out again. And we'll take it from there, one day at a time. So we'll be back tomorrow, and then hopefully I'm actually not 100% sure if Carlene's still so disorientated, if they'll release her from hospital to Hawthorne Hill, so she might be in there for another day or two, but I'm sure we'll be kept in the loop, and we'll obviously keep you in the loop as well. So that's us. We're going back to finish off the barn, and then we'll speak to you all tomorrow. Night.